December. I'm Tom Young, and we're here for podcasts that are known as Money Shifts on anchorfm.com and the Family Money Farm group. It's just on Facebook Live. It's just amazing. It is so amazing. I love this time of year as we get ready to celebrate the birthday of Jesus Christ and the holidays of Christmas around that. It is just an amazing time of year. I wish it lasted all year round. I've been tempted many times. We have lights up around the house. I've been tempted to just leave them up year round and light them every night, just to keep the thoughts in mind of the giving and caring that Christmas brings every year. So I wish a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, and on for all of you, regardless of how you celebrate this holiday season. But we're here today, and we want to talk today about Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be the Truth Day. Remember, every week on Wednesdays is the Truth Day. On Mondays, today, I'm going to talk about what we're going to give the truth about, and today is about fractional banking. It's how banks make money with your money and how that process affects everything. And the biggest thing that it affects, it is the biggest contributor to inflation. We'll get to that in a minute, but first we start every day with prayers for everybody. Our heartfelt prayers go out for everybody around the world because everybody at this point in time has now been impacted, affected by the Chinese virus. This virus that some people believe was released on purpose. I don't know. But we all have our own beliefs on what we believe it is. The information coming out of the government is so misconstrued. It is getting hard to believe sometimes. And I really don't think they even know the answer to the questions themselves. But they think they do, There's an old saying, people don't know what they don't know, but they think they know. And that is what is scary about everything else. And Will Rogers said it well one time. He said, it's not so much about what people think is so, that they believe is so. It's what they think is so that just ain't. It's what they think is so that just ain't so. So it's amazing when we think of that and all the things going on in the world. And we're going to talk about fractional banking. And I'm going to show you a presentation on Wednesday that actually lays it out mathematically and shows you exactly what is going on. You need to develop some understanding of some of these processes in order to stop the confiscation in your life. Our wealth is being confiscated from us. Why is it that so many people literally over their lifetime have millions of dollars pass through their fingers, and the average 65-year-old today doesn't have $60,000 in total savings? Millions of dollars pass through their fingers, and so many of them, they have less than $60,000. Our quote today comes from Pope John Paul II, and here it is. The truth is not always the same as the majority decision. Let me say that again. The truth is not always the same as the majority decision. Just because everybody thinks it's right doesn't make it so. Always remember that. So what I'm all about is I'm all about truth, mathematical proof. Let's prove what we're thinking is correct. When I meet folks and talk about retirement planning, there's several elements that must be involved when you're thinking about retirement planning. One is balance. You cannot put all of your money in one basket, put it all in the 401k, all in qualified plans, which means it's away from you and you can't get near it or at it without taxes and possibly some severe penalties. And if you're doing that and that is your retirement plan, I'll bet you have car loans and credit card balances, etc. And we end up losing more wealth over our lifetime because we are doing exactly what the financial world wants you to do. Because remember, they're in business to make money. They make money off of your money, so they want you to do certain things. And remember the 4 rules of the financial world. I want all your money. I want more ongoing. I want to keep it forever, and I want to give back as little as possible. And the idea for 401ks, IRA plans, and all of those retirement type plans were all thought of and brought to our government legislators by lobbyists, people that were lobbyists for the individual financial institution. Isn't it interesting that when you look at 401ks, all of the money in 401ks are in investments. They are in the stock market. Was it any wonder that the lobbyists for the mutual fund industry are the people that actually brought the idea of 401ks to Congress and what they do? And oh yeah, I get a match at work. Well, I would not put $1 more than my match into my 401k. Now, the point of that being said is you still have to save money. So if you're not putting in a 401k, it needs to be in non-correlating type of accounts. What do I mean by that? Well, the 401k is all tied into the stock market. You have to have savings and investments that are outside of the stock market. That creates balance. Last week, we did a pay down presentation, and you cannot make that happen if you have all of your money inside a 401k. It's just interesting on how that all ties together. So this week, we're going to get into how banks make money. I think that is a key provision, and we'll go on from there. I've got a dozen other calculator type presentations to make that cover a lot of ground on how to save, invest, to how to make your money work for you. Fractional banking, very simply, and I'm going to show you this math-wise on Wednesday. You put $1 in the bank, on average, they create $7 out of every dollar you put into the bank. Interesting. Now, if there is more dollars being created, simple concept, what does that do to the value of your money? Does it not reduce your value? That is what inflation really is. In other words, the dollar over time loses its value. So if we believe the federal government in the United States, and they say that the historical average for 30 plus years is around 3% inflation. Well, all that means is 3% inflation, that a dollar in 25 years is only worth 47 cents. So if you're entering into retirement, are you calculating that you have to double your income in 25 years? I mean, in fixed stepped increments along the way. So that in 25 years, your actual income is double just to maintain your current standard of living. And so many times I will hear from people when I'm having this discussion, well, you know, when I get older, I won't be doing as much, I won't be traveling as much, so I won't need as much money. Okay, well, why won't you be traveling as much? Do you think there might be a medical problem involved there? So what you're not spending now to travel, enjoy retirement in your go-go years, slow-go years are caused by lack of confidence in your physical ability. which usually comes from having to add medications and prescriptions to take care of the little maladies of getting older, growing older, being chronologically gifted, and so on. So come back Wednesday, and we're going to talk about fractional banking, and I'm going to show you very simply how banks make more money and how it hurts you and how it gives them license to confiscate our money. The biggest confiscation of all, whether you believe it or not, is really about inflation. It is the stealth tax of the federal government. They print more money and it gets value because it transfers value from your dollars to their dollars that are newly printed for nothing through the Federal Reserve, the central banking system. Get my new book, The Family Money Farm, The CFO Project. You can get it at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, big booksellers, or you can go to cfo-project.com. Put in your name and email address. You'll get an email with a link immediately to that book. To download it cover to cover, put it on your computer, your cell phone. And when you do that through cfo-project.com, I will send you a second link to the newest book called Financial Mastery Coaching Blueprint, which is the how-to of every day, every week. What do I do? And how do I manage this process? How do I make sure that it all goes someday to my kids or wherever it is I want it to go? This new book has some worksheets in it and some inventory sheets in it that will help you create a plan that will guarantee that whatever you leave behind will go where you want it to go. God bless you. Merry Christmas. We are now just 2 weeks away from 19 days away from the 25th. So we're just a little over 2 weeks away. God bless. Have a great day. We'll see you here on Wednesday at about noon. Come and see the truth. Wednesday is about the truth and the proof. God bless.